What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Listen. Special announcement. There will be a special edition of the Whether You Like It or Not panel tonight at 8:30 on Scotty by Nature's channel. There will be a special edition of the Whether You Like It or Not panel tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Scotty by Nature's channel. We will be reviewing the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion looks, honey. That is what is going to be happening tonight. Now, listen, we did this for Potomac, and it was just a whole fool, okay? That's all I got to tell you is that we did this for Potomac, and it was a whole fool. So please make sure that y'all are joining us. Please make sure that you are joining us tonight. Okay. So let me take this off. I hope y'all heard me. I hope that I'm on screen because I did a whole advertisement just now. Okay. Did y'all hear that? Hey, Abby said that she is now looking for the Hufflepuff phone case. Listen. For those who did not see my unboxing, I ordered me some new phone cases. And y'all know I love my Harry Potter, honey. So I have my Slytherin case with my nickname on it. I have my Slytherin case because I am a mix between Slytherin and Gryffindor. Okay. So on my phone right now, I currently have my Gryffindor case on my phone right now. This is Gryffindor. You see, it has the scarf and it has the coat of arms for Gryffindor. And it's got the glasses, the Harry, it's got all the different Harry Potter stuff, the owl and the glasses and all that Hogwarts and stuff like that. So Abby says she is now looking for the Hufflepuff case. Hilarious. Abby is now looking for the Hufflepuff case. Come on in. Oh my goodness, we almost got 100 people. Please hit that like button and come on in and take a seat. Listen, we got some stuff. At first I said we ain't really got a lot to talk about. But the more, hold on, my TV. But the more I started looking at these things, we do have some stuff to talk about. Now, some of it's old. It's stuff that I just never really addressed. And then some of it is new. So we're going to get into the things today. So shout out to everybody who was in the room. Let me say hi to my people. And then we're going to get this party started. Oh, my internet is back to moving slow. It was back to moving decent. Now it's moving slow again. I called them. Oh, you just got to go through so much. Okay. Hey, Layla. What's up, Amber? Natty. Vovo. What's up, Cookie? Hey, Ebbs. Cross Country Cruiser. Yes, my love. Hey, Tan. Ruby Brown. Hey, is that a new name? Hey, Miss Ruby Brown. What's up, Nicole? Powerful. What's going on? What's up, Star? Hey. Well, thank you so much. The video stopped. Y'all can't hear me or see me? The video stopped. Tribe, keep me and my family in your prayers. My dad. Oh no. Powerful. Definitely sending out love to you and your family. Your dad lived to be 98. That is a blessing, but I know that does not lessen your loss or your family's loss. So I definitely extend my hug and love to you. I definitely want to extend that to you. Hey, Melly, what's up, VS Speaks? Hey, Miss Bynum. Hey. Oh, gosh, this thing is moving so slow. Hey, Be Woke. Why is this thing moving so slow? Modernly Michelle, that's a new name, too. Hey, come on in. Hey, P. What's up, Nap Queen? Hey. I'm hurt. I'm not new. I'm sorry, Miss Ruby Brown. I'm so sorry. You know what? I'm going to stop saying that. Then. My bad. Hey, Quake, please don't be hurt. Charge it to my head and not my heart. Please. Hey, two Greeks and a nerd. I mean, two geeks. I always want to say Greeks. Vernette, Kia, Michelle. Who else am I missing? Nicole. Okay. Everybody is sending their condolences. Vernette, that's that. Okay. Miss Ruby Brown, please don't feel that way. My apologies, my love. Scorpio, hey. All right, you guys. Anybody else? Lisa Mack says she saw Beyonce last night. Great concert. You know, I've heard great things. Like, I think in the beginning, people was trying to come forward a little bit, but I just think sometimes you just can't make people happy. And we talked about that. I ain't even a Beyonce fan, and I was defending her. I was like, this woman is, you know, the woman had a ankle injury. She 40 years old. She got 3 children. Listen, at some point, everybody slow down. I know y'all think Beyonce is Superwoman, but she not. She's a mere mortal, just like the rest of us. And gravity, you know, Father Time is undefeated. Okay. But I have not, other than those first when the show first started, I haven't heard anything bad about the show. I know here in DC, it was a really bad thunderstorm, and they had to start the show late because the show was at an outdoor concert. Most of her shows are at outdoor venues these days because of the capacity. And she paid the $100,000 fine to extend Metro because Metro shuts down at I think midnight, and she paid the fine for them to run an extra hour so she could give everybody the full experience. So, you know, I can't even say nothing about that. You know what, Renette? Keep going back and check because I have heard stories of people who got decent prices for the tickets. Keep checking back at the venue in your area or in the areas around you. Check on like Seat Geeks or was it Seat Geeks and Stadium Hub. A lot of people will resell their tickets over there. They might have bought more tickets than they needed, or they might have just bought up a bunch of tickets trying to scalp them. But I've heard of people getting decent prices. Um, you were here at FedEx Field. It was horrible. It was almost now. I did hear that. I heard that getting into the stadium was really bad because of the rain. They weren't letting people in, and I saw the video. Now I listen. I did see that. And that yeah, I did see that. I did see that. You know what? Don't come in here with that nonsense, Markel Logan. Here he come. Here he come with the nonsense and the foolishness. Here he come. And nobody doing that with you, Markel. Coming in here with the beehive. Moving forward. What's up, Sharice? So since we talking, I'm sorry, not condolences. Congratulations are going out to Rihanna. She gave birth to her baby. I think they said it was a girl. Don't quote me. I forgot the sex because I ain't write that down. But she did have a healthy baby. They said it was a Leo baby. I don't know if she's revealed the sex yet because all I read was it was a healthy Leo baby. But I heard that she gave birth to her baby. So congratulations to her. And who that boy she with? ASAP Rocky. I can't keep up with these people. There's an ASAP Rocky that she with. So congratulations to her and ASAP Rocky, if that's the right name. Two Geeks said, my brother said he looked at some tickets up because he almost went for $138. Now that's a good ass price. $138. I mean, I don't know where those tickets are, but that is a really good price for $138. Listen, here in DC, I saw so many people that I know that ain't really got it like that sitting on the floor. And I said either A, your rent wasn't paid the month you bought them tickets, or B, you were able to get some decent tickets for a decent price, or C, you put them things on Klarna and you paying them off like a credit card, okay? And I ain't even judging. I ain't even judging, child. I ain't even judging. If you putting it on a firm or Klarna, listen, it's nice work if you can get it. It's nice work if you can get it, okay? So she was pregnant when she showed us her bump. Yeah, she was pregnant at the Super Bowl because that was February, March, April, May, June, July, August. No, not really. She was probably 4 months. She was like 3 or 4 months pregnant when she was at the Super Bowl. Because Super Bowl was in February, the beginning of February. She had the baby the middle of August. No, she wasn't that pregnant. Now your friend did for $1,100. $1,100. Y'all, my internet is tripping. I'm sorry if it's looking bad on your side, it's looking bad on my side. It's a delay. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to go out and come back in because there's a delay or something going on. I'll be right back. I'm going to go out. I'm going to come back in. Don't go nowhere. I'm not shutting the live down. I'm just going to go out and come back in because it looks really weird on my end. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, it's better. I don't know about on y'all's end, but on my end it's better. Okay. Melly, you said Xavier, you said that's about 500 a piece, so that's not a bad. The hell it ain't. That's a car note. $500 to see a concert. Oh, y'all are coming over from El Teddy's. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody coming over from El Teddy's. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in the room. Hit that like button. Take a seat. Listen, there's 160 people in the chat. I don't know if there's any more seats on the front row, but my ushers are here to get you a seat. Put your hand in the air if you can't find a seat. There's some ushers here that'll help you find a seat, okay? I paid $700 for 2 the day they were released. Okay, all right. That's still a lot, but tickets were going for that. Because remember, I looked at the Janet tickets, the Beyonce tickets, the New Edition tickets, the Phantom. Remember, I was going to try to go to all them shows, and all them shows was expensive as hell. I wonder how much Michael Jackson tickets were at the height of his career. Anybody know? I don't know. I don't know. Because you know what? I never went to a Michael Jackson concert. I never went to a Michael Jackson concert. So I don't know. I never saw him live. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like this redirect thing. It makes it so much better to just maybe. I know everybody is loving it. And thank you, El Teddy, for shooting your people over. Y'all come on in and take a seat, honey. I wouldn't pay that much to see Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney, or Mariah. Now, if they was all on the same venue, but I ain't paying that much to see no. Listen. I ain't paying that much to see nobody. I just don't think there's a concert that you could present to me where I'm gonna pay $500 for one ticket. Now, I ain't judging nobody that does it. Do you? Because everybody spend their money differently. Some people might not. Some people might say they wouldn't spend $500 on a purse. I would. So we all spend our money differently. You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging. I'm just it wouldn't be me. Hey Jay Parrish, what's up? What's up? What's up? Usher resale nosebleed seats. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them Usher seats are crazy because I looked at that too because I thought about. I think I looked at the Usher seats when me and Abby went to Vegas and I was like, "Oop, never mind." Okay, all right. Let's get back to this agenda because remember at 8 o'clock we're gonna be over on Scotty's house. Okay. So in the category of allegedly Kanye West think. I mean, they said that Kanye West's wife is getting tired of his body odor. Now, first of all, I want to know how they know this. Like, where they get this information from? Did she call the blogs? Did she tell a friend that told a friend that called the blogs? How did we even get this information? That's number one. But it ain't too hard to guess. He looked like he stink. I mean, I'm not being funny, but Kanye West don't don't even look like he take a bath. And I know you can't look at people and tell that they don't take a bath, but I'm saying it's not a hard leap because they look like they don't take a bath. That's all I'm saying. Now I'm not saying that he don't. But somebody say that he stink. And they said that his new wife is upset by the fact that he smells. And I'm just gonna put that in the category of duh, because duh. Hey, Black Girl Code. Hey. Somebody said they would pay that for a sporting event. You know what? You're right. I would pay $500 to go to the Super Bowl. Easy. I would. Hell, I paid. If you add up how much I spent, I probably paid $500 when I went a couple of years ago when I went to go see the Washington football team when they played in London. Me and my bestie, we went to London to go see him play. I mean him. We went to London to go see them play. So I mean the tickets themselves weren't $500, but by the time you added the flight and hotel, we spent over $500. So again, it's relative. Now he don't use soap and water at the same time. Y'all are silly. Bipolar could easily have him not showering. You know, it could. Listen, all I'm going to say is this. He ain't been bothering us for a while. So I'm going to just let Kanye do what Kanye do. If he stink, it's not my issue. It ain't my problem. I don't smell him. I ain't never going to be in his vicinity. I mean, never is a strong word, but I doubt I'm going to ever be in his vicinity for it to be an issue for me. So I'm going to just leave it there. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it at, if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. He didn't pay my way. Why would he have paid my way? We weren't dating. He not my boyfriend. He wasn't dating. That man just gave up and let the psychosis take over. It's not uncommon. Hold on. It's not uncommon for people with mental illness not to bathe. Hey, Andre, what's up, boo? Yeah, that's true. That's true. And again, sometimes I guess I forget that. I don't know how I can forget, but I do forget that Kanye West suffers from bipolar disorder. But I guess because he hasn't been going off on any rants and bothering me lately, that I really be forgetting. But that could very well be that. It could very well be that situation. But again, it just I just put it on the list because it just wasn't a whole lot to talk about today. So I just thought I would come down here and tell y'all that they say Kanye stink. And further evidence, you know, sometimes I really feel like, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I want to see if I can find it. Because I need y'all to see what I be saying sometimes. When I be scrolling through these internets, I need y'all to see what I be seeing sometimes. Sometimes I just have to be like, duh. Okay, let me see if I can find it. I don't know if it was on the Shade Room or the Neighborhood Talk, but hold on, give me a quick second. Give me a quick second. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, let's send a prayer out to Hawaii. They got a lot going on over there in Hawaii. They have the fires and people are dying. So let's send some love out to Hawaii. Let's send some love out to Hawaii, please and thank you. Let me find it. I gotta find it because y'all gotta see what I see. Y'all gotta see what I see. I don't think it was on. Was it on? Because I saw it yesterday, and I remember because I didn't go live yesterday. Well, yes, I did, but we didn't do a try meeting yesterday. I was like, duh. When I saw it, I was like, duh. I might not see it now. And earlier this week was happy birthday to Whitney Houston. Earlier this week was it would have been her 60th birthday. So shout out to Nippy. Shout out to Nippy. All right, I ain't gonna hold this up, but there was a headline because I can't find it, and I ain't about to hold this up for this mess. There was a headline that said Tory Lanez is down after getting his sentence for 10 years in jail. Duh. I mean, listen. Whether I like this man or not, whether I uh whether I think this man is guilty or not, which of course y'all know I think he's guilty. Um, who wouldn't feel a certain kind of way after being sentenced to jail for 10 years of your life, regardless of whether you think you guilty or not? But my thing was, why was that a headline? Why did see? I felt that's how you could tell it was a slow news day, because who cares? Like, duh, 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 duh. Okay, exactly, Melly. And what's for dinner? Sorrows, sorrows, prayers. Right, Abby. Sorrows, sorrows, prayers. So anyway, yeah. So moving forward, I just thought that's the shit that I be saying. I just thought I had to bring it to y'all. Um, Child, they say it's more dancers that's coming out speaking out against Lizzo. Look, Lizzo, I know you released that internet press release. I know you came down and did your iOS press release down to the Instagram. I really feel like if I'm gonna put on my Olivia Pope hat, right? And my Olivia Pope trench coat. I think it's time for her to get an Olivia Pope in her life, and I think she needs to do whatever Olivia Pope would tell her to do. Now, if I were her Olivia Pope, what I would get her in front of a sympathetic audience, okay? I'm gonna let her sit down and talk to somebody. Well, because it's a legal matter, maybe not. Let me rewind that. Because it's a legal matter, let me rewind that. But girl, and I mean, at a certain point, you have to ask your question: is it a pile on, or are these people just now feeling comfortable and speaking their truth? Y'all know I tell y'all all the time, where there's smoke, there's fire. I tell y'all that all the time. In my opinion, where there's smoke, there's fire. So, do I think there was some bad behavior on Lizzo's part? I do. I do. Do I think that it's everything that people said it is? Maybe not. Do I think that the bad behavior should rise to the level of costing her career? Um, Nothing that I have read, in my opinion, rises to the level of her losing her career. Um, do I think she might need to go sit down for a minute? Probably. She probably need to go sit down for a minute. But do I think that that's my opinion? And again, do I think it was bad behavior? Sure. Yeah, it sounds like it. It does. It sounds like it. But I also think that thank you, Art World. Thank you, everybody that's coming in. But I mean, welcome everybody that's coming in. But I also feel like here's where blurring lines becomes the issue. You can be cool with your tribe, with your cool, with your crew, with your dancers. But there's certain lines that shouldn't be crossed, in my opinion. Now, some people have been able to successfully negotiate that. Madonna, I feel like crossed the lines, certain lines with her dancers. We know that Janet got very close with some of her dancers, Janet Jackson. Um, but you were lucky in the sense that whatever happened, they kept your secrets, they kept it behind closed doors. Um, but we're just not in that world anymore. We're just not in that world anymore. And if you want to go to a burlesque show or a sex, I can't even get it out, a sexcapade, you might just want to have a good group of friends and do that, right? Um, in this current world that we're in. Britney Spears, exactly. Be some celebs get too comfortable. It's fine, right? We're just not in that world anymore. We're just not in that world anymore. Even when people sign NDAs and stuff like that, people find a way to break the NDA. Some people don't even care about breaking the NDA, right? So it's just, I just feel like, I don't know. I don't think that this will cost her career. Is it going to take a hit? Yeah. Is it going to slow down? Yeah. But y'all know what I always say about this. If people go somewhere and sit down for a minute, she'll probably, first of all, if she's smart, she's not gonna let these lawsuits drag out. She's just not. And I'm gonna be honest with you too. I know celebrities get in trouble or they take a hit when they travel with entourages, but that's why you have an entourage, right? That's why the problem is when you travel with entourages that don't respect your position and put you in bad situations. But if I were to all of a sudden become a celebrity, right? I would have a group of friends that, yes, I would have them on payroll to be around me, not to pay them to be my friend, because I don't have to pay somebody to be my friend, but I would keep people around me that, one, I trusted, two, that I got along with and I could experience these things together, and three, that know me and I know that they're going to keep my secrets, right? I'm lucky in the sense that I'm old, and I already have an established group of friends. But when you're young and you're just getting into this and you don't really have, that group around you, but it's nothing wrong with traveling with the entourage. Now, it's a problem when your entourage becomes 15 to 20 people. That's a problem. But I would probably keep 2 or 3 people around me. And I'm not even saying it would be the same people. But if I'm flying to LA and I'm gonna be in LA for 2 weeks, yeah, I would want to have somebody with me that I could go out to eat with. That if we want to go to a show, we could go to a show. We want to go shopping. And yeah, I would pay them. Why? Because they're taking off of their job, or they're leaving, their home, their family, their kids, whatever, to come. Sarah, hey, my love, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So I don't see a problem with that. But the problem is when you try to make the people that you pay, that don't know you, that don't owe you nothing, and then you try to make them your friends. Diva Law said we don't have enough likes, y'all. Thank you. Shout out to the 149 people in the room. If everybody could just hit that like button, I appreciate it. My circle is very small, less drama. The older I get, the smaller my circle get, child. Especially after the Roni Ron. Lord knows when it was time for me to start going back out in these streets, I was like, who am I call? I mean, I still have my friends and stuff, but but yeah, some people always be looking for that money. I think Lizzo has some fault. Not sure she did all of that, but they are going to use anything against her. And Just P, I agree with everything you just said. I do think that there was some bad behavior. There was some bad judgment. Do I think that she's 100% at fault? I told y'all the other day that I think that, everybody has to take accountability for their situation. Right. Eddie Murphy kept his brother and he kept his uncle right. Yep. Lizzo has repeatedly shown herself to be borderline unhinged and all over the place, even on her social media. That makes things even more believable. I don't know if I like the word unhinged, but I understand what you're saying. She definitely, I like reckless. I mean, unhinged is your word. It's nothing wrong with your word. It's nothing wrong with your word. I'm just saying, for me, I probably wouldn't say unhinged. I would probably say more reckless for me. But your point is valid. I agree with what you're saying. It makes it a lot believable when you see how she acts on social media and the things that she would do on social media. I don't disagree. Yeah, Melly, but you know what? You older and you understanding, and you maybe you just more mature. You may just be more mature, child. She needs to talk to Queen B. Listen, now I'm gonna say this. Y'all know I ain't the biggest Beyonce fan. But the one thing I will give her, well, y'all know I give her credit for a lot, but I definitely, definitely, definitely give her credit for how she conducts herself and how she handles herself in public and in the media. I can't be mad at Beyonce. Like, listen, Melly, Beyonce don't play them games, and I think that Beyonce is respectful of her dancers and the people that work for her, but I do not think she crosses those lines. I just don't. I think Beyonce does her job and she rides off in her limo with her churn and her husband or her mama or her sisters or Kelly or whoever came to the show that particular night. And she definitely keeps her tight. Yes, she absolutely keeps a tight ship. And I respect the hell out of that. I respect the hell out of that. So yeah, child, we gonna keep an eye on it, honey. We gonna keep an eye on it. Now listen, this Lil Tay situation now. Lil Tay is an influencer. Lil Tay is 14 years old, blew up, is a social media influencer, rich, made a lot of money. I don't really follow Lil Tay, but I know who Lil Tay is. So yesterday it was trending that Lil Tay had passed away. Thank you, Miss Parker. Lizzo going to be on Gail's. Yeah, I was thinking Gail. I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking Gail. I was definitely thinking Gail. Gail is the new Barbara Walters. Back in the day when people wanted to clear stuff up, it was either Oprah or Barbara Walters. And before Oprah, it was Barbara Walters. And Gail has sort of slid into that position. I can't think of too many other places. If I had a client and we were trying to do some damage control, I can't really think of too many other places I would send my client. But definitely the first place I'm sending my client is Gail. We're going to talk to Gail. Not Carlos King, child. Speaking of Carlos King, real quick before I forget, Love and Marriage DC, they are filming their reunion next week. They have the second half of their episodes. They've already filmed them. They just we don't know when they're going to drop. And from my understanding, a little birdie told me that Love and Marriage Detroit has already filmed their reunion. So there will be a reunion for season 1 of Love and Marriage Detroit. So that's just before I forget, since you mentioned Carlos King, it made me think about it. But let me tell y'all something about this Lil Tay situation. So yesterday it was trending that Lil Tay had passed away. And thank you, Von Ree. Thank you. I mean, Von Renee. Thank you, my love. That hey, Mr. Willie Brown. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you caught the live. Welcome. I knew something was a little fishy with that situation because first they said Lil Tay passed away and her brother. And don't get me wrong, it was sad, and I wasn't gonna question it. But let me tell you when I started feeling like something was a little fishy. I started feeling like something was a little fishy first because I'm sorry. Because we couldn't get no more information. Because I was like, she was 14 and her brother. I was thinking, oh my gosh, did they unalive themselves? Was it an accident? I didn't know what it was. And it was feeling a little fishy to me that we weren't getting more information. Usually when you don't get a lot of information about how somebody passed away, usually because there's something, it's suspicion of drugs or something like that the family may or may not want out, But here's when I knew something wasn't right with this whole Lil Tay situation. Let me read y'all what they said. Lil Tay's manager, Harry Sang, says he can't confirm or deny if Tay is actually dead or not. Says the news of her passing calls for cautious consideration. I'm going to read that one more time. Lil Tay's manager says he can't confirm or deny if Tay is actually dead or not. Says the news of her passing calls for cautious consideration. I said, what the hell that's supposed to mean? Whatever, I read this last night and I said, well, what the? You are the manager. You would be like the third person in line to know. It would be the family and then it would be you. What? So today we get an update and it says Lil Tay not dead. Despite news of her passing, claims social media account was hacked. I want to make it clear that my brother and I are safe and alive. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going to tell y'all. And y'all know I don't pull no punches over here. Shout out to the 250 people in the room. If you haven't hit the like button, please do come on and take a seat. There's plenty of seats down front. The front row filled, but it's still some second and third row available. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bull. You let us, when I say us, I don't mean me because I didn't even know who this little girl was and I don't really care nothing about her. I just recognize the name and but let's be clear. Let's be crystal clear. I'm calling bullshit. I think they were pulling a prank. Somebody told them this ish ain't funny, and they had to walk it back. I'm just gonna tell you what I think happened. I'm telling you what I think happened. I think her and her brother were playing around. Because here's the thing. First of all, you make your money on the internet. That is how you make your money. You are a 14-year-old millionaire because you make your money on the internet. Meaning your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube, your Facebook, whatever is a monetized platform where you make money. It's no way in the world that you are going to allow your money maker to be compromised and hacked. And we go a whole day, and that's the best you can come up with. Let's be clear. We have seen celebrities post and delete and say they Instagram got hacked in 15 minutes. And you be like, they lying. They internet ain't get hacked. That was them doing it. They just deleted it. Y'all know, like I know. This thing went on for a whole day. They was condolences coming in from everywhere for a whole day. They didn't release this statement till today. Damn near 24 hours later. If your social media was hacked, we would have already known. We would have already known. If your internet was hacked, ain't no in the world you went 24 hours and ain't say nothing to nobody. Yeah, TMZ posted it. They sure did. So I don't know where TMZ, because TMZ usually, exactly. So I'm just calling BS on that. No. You think it was her brother that did it? I don't know. She had a show on Zeus. So I just thought I would bring that to the people, y'all. I see that most of y'all agree with me that y'all are calling bullshit on it. I'm calling bullshit on it, okay? I'm calling BS on that one. Okay. All right. Got a little more information on this Wayne Brady situation, too. TMZ reported it and then removed it. That's how we should have known. When TMZ took it down, we should have known it was some bullshit. Yeah, I think it was a stunt. So I got a little information on this Wayne Brady situation, okay? Got a little information. Now, the other day, Wayne Brady came out and said that he is pansexual and he has talked to his family and blah, blah, blah. This is something he dealt with. He's been, was affecting his mental health, but he is living in his truth. He did an exclusive interview with People Magazine and all of these things, right? And I even gave him kudos. I did a whole TikTok. I gave him his kudos on it because it takes a lot. Listen, and like I said, I know people be like, why do people have to come out the closet? Why do they have to announce it? And I'm like, but when you're a celebrity, you kind of have to get ahead of things, because if he starts dating a man or people see him out with a trans woman or something, then people are going to be like, oh my gosh, look at Wayne Brady. But it sort of takes the boom out of it when he tells his own truth. However, it seems like we have another little bit of a reason why Wayne Brady came down to tell the people what's going on. Y'all want to take a wild guess why Wayne Brady told the people what's going on? Probably, but Wayne Brady to discuss coming out as pansexual on reality show with his ex-wife and family. So you talked about it on the reality show that's getting ready to come out, and so you're doing press. Yep, Just P was right. He got a new project to promote. Now, for those who do not know, because most of y'all probably don't know, because most of y'all probably don't be paying Wayne Brady no attention. During the Panorama, Wayne Brady, who was still really good friends with his ex-wife, she's his best friend. Now, his ex-wife has remarried, and Wayne Brady and his ex-wife have a child together. During the Panorama, they lived together in Hawaii. His ex-wife is from Hawaii, and she lives in Hawaii, and he went to Hawaii to quarantine with them. And he ended up staying there for like 2 years or however long he quarantined with them. And they actually did TikToks together the whole quarantine. They were dancing together and singing together and doing little TikTok skits together. And I actually was following on TikTok because they were actually kind of cute and funny. So I think that's why maybe somebody got interested in their family dynamic. Like, that's really interesting that you are living with your ex-wife and her new husband and your daughter, and y'all are all one big happy family and y'all get along, blah, 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 right? Very Lenny Kravitz. Remember when Lenny Kravitz was real cool with Lisa Bonet and her fine ass husband that she divorcing, Aquaman. His name is escaping me right now. I know y'all gonna put it in the chat. So yeah, and again, it still doesn't take away from, what I said the other day, but now we know that there's a little bit more to the story. Okay, there's a little bit more to the story, child. A little bit more to the story. Jason Momoa, that's it. Yeah, Jason Momoa. Child. So I don't know any more information. I don't know who's picking up the show. I don't know where it's gonna be trending. I mean, where it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be a major network channel or all of that. I don't know. But let me say this. I told y'all this at the beginning of this not just the writer strike. And by the way, the writers have been on strike officially 100 days now. Remember, the writers went on strike before the actors and actresses did. But I told y'all, hold on, it's gonna be a lot of reality shows and a lot of game shows, a lot of quote unquote unscripted. You believe it's Hulu? Thank you. A lot of quote unquote unscripted shows. So you're gonna see a lot of these shows where you were like, why would they give them a reality show? Who thought that was a good idea? Because they're desperate and the studios are desperate to put content. I noticed that something else that I predicted, I saw happening the other day, even though it's not new. ABC does this all the time, but I noticed last Saturday or Friday, before I went on vacation, so it must have been Friday, I noticed that Miss Marvel was on my local ABC channel. Now remember, Miss Marvel was streaming on Disney. Remember I told you guys to be on the lookout for a lot of the streaming shows that are only unique to those streaming channels to start being on the main channel. So all of those don't be surprised if you start seeing Bel-Air, or if you see Bel-Air on NBC, whereas it was only a Peacock show. Don't be surprised if you start seeing the Disney shows on ABC. Disney owns ABC, so all of those shows that were streaming strictly on Disney, don't be surprised if you start seeing them on ABC. Paramount Plus, you're going to start seeing a lot of those shows on CBS from Paramount Plus. Hulu, same thing. Hulu streams NBC and I think ABC. And Netflix streams. I don't remember who Netflix streams, but just be aware that we're going to start seeing a whole lot of that. Shout out to the 271 people in the room. Come on in, y'all. Take a seat. Yes. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go on and do so at this time. And hit that like button, y'all. We having a good time today. All right. I anticipate Sony might sign a separate agreement with WGA and SAG since they don't have a streaming service. They might break the deadlock. Interesting. We already said that, Tracy. Thank you, Julian. Thank you for subscribing. I thank you. Okay, so there's that. We're going to come back to the strike in a minute because what I just said might be in jeopardy, but we got two more things to talk about first, and then we're going to get to that. Tasha K and T.S. Madison's fighting again. Now, listen, this ain't going to be long. But Tasha K and T.S. Madison, so Tasha K did it. T.S. Madison, if y'all recall, they was fighting last week about the whole trans man, woman, cis situation with Just Hilarious, and they was going at a child. A lot of B-list actors are going to be A-list due to reality shows. Oh, you might have still been with El Teddy. Yeah. We did. Yeah, I did that at the beginning. So I'll say it again for the people. Riri had her baby. Congratulations to Riri. So here's what had happened. Tasha K and T.S. Madison were cool, right? Last year, if you guys recall, last year, T.S. Madison had a series on Fox Soul, right? I'm not sure how many episodes they gave her, but one of the episodes she had Tasha K on there, and this was after the verdict. She was one of the only people to get an interview with Tasha K post losing her case with Cardi B. So of course it was a major thing. It was a big interview. It was a big get for T.S. Madison. Yes, welcome Julian to the tribe, everybody. Thank you, Cross Country. Y'all welcome Julian to the tribe. And if anybody else subscribe, drop down so we can welcome you to the tribe. So what happened? I'm not sure the sex, y'all. I'm not sure the sex. If somebody has that, Tracy, if you got that information, drop it in the chat, please. I don't know if she had a boy or girl. I just saw what I read said she had a healthy Leo baby. I didn't see the sex. But what had happened was on that same show where T.S. Madison interviewed Tasha K, there was a segment that was before that on the show with Miss Sophia. If y'all know Miss Sophia is a very, very well-known drag queen entertainer. And she's been on Maddie's show a lot, the Queen Supreme Court a lot. She traveled when Maddie was doing the traveling show. Her and Funky Dineva, they traveled and they did the show together. Riri had a daughter. Thank you. Riri had a little girl. Thank you. Thank you, Just P. Just P says lit in here. Hey. So with that being said, that segment, Miss Sophia was talking ish about bloggers, right? And I'm sure she was throwing shade at Tasha K, because she was talking about bloggers who lie and bloggers who spread false information. I'm paraphrasing because I don't have the exact verbiage in front of me. Yes, Miss Sophia is hilarious. I love Miss Sophia. I don't have the exact verbiage, but that is the crux of it. Tasha K was in her feelings about it because Tasha K was like, why would you set me up like that? Like, I'm giving you an exclusive. I didn't do an interview with hardly anybody else. I'm giving you this exclusive interview. And right before I come on, you got Miss Sophia up here talking about bloggers who lie and bloggers who ain't this and bloggers who ain't that. Well, Tasha K did call T.S. Madison behind the scenes and tell her she felt some kind of way about it. T.S. Madison explained to Tasha K, I don't edit my show. I don't edit my show. We do the segments for the episodes. We send the segments into Fox Soul, and Fox Soul puts the show together. Like, I didn't have that much control that I could put everything in order. I didn't. So yes, they edited it in a messy way. They did. And her and Tasha K, and this is coming from what they said, that they had a conversation behind the scenes. But ever since then, Tasha K been throwing jabs at T.S. Madison, right? And T.S. said, I was catching it. Like, I knew she was coming for me. I knew she was throwing little jabs. I caught it, but I didn't say anything. So last week or the week before last, whenever that whole thing blew up and Tasha K and T.S. Madison went, and it just exploded, right? Wait, sorry, meant the fake preacher is a crook. Oh, we about to get to him in a second, child. What's up another round? Hey, my love. Hey. Wouldn't Tasha K have known that? Well, no, Tasha K felt like she set her up. But again, they had a conversation behind the scenes, and T.S. Madison explained to her, I don't have that control. I don't edit the show. And I feel like if that were my friend or somebody that I have a relationship with, I would believe them. I'd be like, you know what? I know T.S. Madison ain't Oprah. She got this show on Fox Soul, but she probably does not have that much creative control that she can tell them, no, put it this way, no, do it like that. She shot the segments, she did the show, and she went on about her business. I mean, the show didn't even get picked up for a second season. I mean, she did those how many episodes she did, and she went on to the next thing. But they did have a conversation behind the scenes, right? Now, that's the other thing too. Thank you to Real Brand. That's the other thing. Like, girl, don't sit here and act like you can't be shaded. You guys, listen, you owe Cardi B $4 million. You're going to get shaded. People going to talk about you. It is what it is. So anyway, so fast forward to when all that stuff went down, T.S. Madison did an interview with Jason Lee, right? So that interview dropped yesterday, and I watched the interview, and I actually was going to do a recap over here. I started to do a recap last night, but I didn't, because I didn't really feel like it was a lot of new information in there that we didn't already know. But essentially, T.S. Madison cussed Tasha K out again, and she pretty much explained a lot of what I just said. And basically it was like F you forever. You know what I mean? So of course, Tasha K responds. Now, do I have all these screenshots, child? Y'all know I be trying to grab the screenshots for y'all. And then then Tracy wanted me to listen to these lives, talking about some take one for the team. Girl, you made me sit there and listen to the damn Tasha K did a whole live today being shady towards these people. And you made me sit here and watch it. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Nope. Tasha be posting and deleting shit all the time. Let me see if Tracy sent it to me. Tracy might have sent it to me. Hold on. Y'all know my showrunner be on it. My showrunner be on it, honey. Let me see if Tracy sent it to me. Hold on. No, she sent me what T.S. Madison said. But essentially with Tasha K, because they talked about Nicki Minaj. And T.S. Madison is cool with Nicki Minaj, but Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj don't get along. So basically Tasha K was coming at T.S. Madison. How you gonna sit on the show with the ops of your friend? You say you and Nicki Minaj are so cool, but she your ops. But Jason Lee is her ops, and Jason Lee has drugged her and her kid and her husband. And how could you sit there? How could she sit there and do all that? So they've been going back and forth all day today on social media. So I'm gonna just read y'all. So I'm gonna read y'all one of the things that T.S. Madison said. T.S. Madison said, "You trash drunk dog, no face bitch." Hashtag Tasha K. You have no loyalty to no one. Your track record speaks of it. Bitch, there is video footage of you trashing Nicki Minaj and her family. So please shut the F up about sitting with ops. Because I've checked Jason plenty of times for speaking on her. But bitch, you are the epitome of an op. And FYI, I'm not blocked and just was talking to my girl. So again, fuck ya. You need to be worried about the charges I'm pursuing on you for having possession of a passport of mine that was given to you from an op. That's really your op. You drunk bitch. Because she tried to say that Nicki Minaj blocked T.S. Madison and blah, 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 right? Now, I'm going to be honest. I love Maddie Down. I love T.S. Down. I have met her. She is a sweetheart in person. I don't have no problems, no beef. But I do wish she would stop. I do wish. I really wish she would leave, because your star is here. Like TS is here. You know what I'm saying? You know, she in major motion pictures. She is a permanent judge on RuPaul. She is. I can't do like her because my nail's not long enough. But she's getting the coin. You know what I mean? But it was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed. Then she posted this. I'm gonna say this. So then Tasha K did what Tasha K always does. Whenever Tasha K gets into an argument or disagreement with anybody that is a part of the LGBTQ community, what does Tasha K do? Tasha K says they have HIV. That is her go-to. She always throws the HIV readout. I don't know what her obsession is with gay people and HIV, because I mean, clearly, surely surely we have to know. Surely we have to know that in 2023 that HIV/AIDS is not a gay man's disease. Like, have we not evolved from that yet? But moving on. So then T.S. Madison said, Tasha K, girl, you know your attempts at reads are late. When you go to recycled HIV/AIDS reads, child, I'm so used to that. Pills, bottles, yawn. Imagine having to give up your 5-bedroom dream house you birthed two. I'm not going to say this because she talk about her kids. So I'm not going to read all this about the kids. But your 5-bedroom dream house, child, I got to skip all that because she talking about the kids. I ain't going to read all of that, child. To park at your 1-bedroom apartment because they was using recycled, because you was using recycled health reads. You a dummy bitch. Because of course that's the biggest lie that allegedly she told. Well, not allegedly, she was found guilty that she told. I just found it hilarious. Again, I still feel like Maddie pay him dust, but you know, I understand too, because Maddie does let a lot of stuff slide. I don't think people realize how much hate she gets. And I mean, not even when she says something or does something controversial. I mean, just in a regular day, you know. Now, Abby, you said that's a federal charge. So for those who don't know what happened, Tasha K posted T.S. Madison's passport to show that T.S. Madison has not legally changed her name. She's still on her legal document. She still has her birth name, which ain't my business. And she got that passport from somebody that used to work for Maddie. I'm not going to say who she said it was because in case you don't know these people. No, she didn't steal the passport. Somebody sent it to her. Somebody allegedly, because I don't know. Allegedly, somebody sent it to her who had it. Somebody that used to work for Maddie, allegedly, that had possession of it. Now, Maddie said on Jason Lee's show that she knows exactly who got her information. So she knows exactly where it came from. Now, that passport expired in like 2015. So it would have had to be somebody that worked for her prior to that. And she says she knows who it is. She said that she has her lawyers working on it as it relates to both of them. So I don't know what the legal is with that. So, I mean, Miss Parker, that's who Maddie said it is, but I'm not saying it. I ain't repeating it. The passport expired in 2019. Okay, 2019. She has legally changed her name now. Okay. I know for a while she hadn't, and she explained why when she was going through all that stuff with Kaya and with AT Alien. AT Alien put that information out because when they were in court, she got a copy of Maddie's driver's license, and she didn't show the driver's license, but she told everybody that Maddie's born name. Well, I guess it's her dead name now. Maddie said she pressing charges. She did. So I'm sure her lawyer has found something. Now, what it is, I don't know. What's up, L Love? Shout out to the 329 people in the chat. Come on in and take a seat, y'all. I don't know if there's any more seats in the front or second row, but it's certainly some in the third or fourth row. The Urshers will make sure that everybody, if you need something, if you new here, make sure you raise your hand. You can get a welcome card. Come on down front, introduce yourself. We don't bite. We're going to say hi. And if you have not subscribed, come on in and subscribe. We have a good time over here all the time. Shout out to the 335 in the room. Yes. All right, we have 2 more topics, and then we're going to be out for the day. And I will definitely keep y'all posted on that. I will definitely keep y'all posted on any charges that are being pressed. Now, Pam, later on today, Pam, Law Intellect, will be discussing Cardi B has filed some new charges to make sure that Tasha K cannot try to use her bankruptcy to circumvent her obligation. However, I thought that she couldn't do it anyway because of the type of debt that it is. But Pam is going to break it down legally because I don't understand it legally. But Pam is going to break it down. Suffice to say, Cardi B going to be on your neck till she get her money. That's all I got to say. Cardi B is going to be on your neck Really be my 9-year-old put you on her homework? Tell your 9-year-old thank you, but I don't think I qualify. But tell her thank you so much. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. I don't think I qualify, but I appreciate it so much. Does the first name or last name have to start with an R? Because if the last name can start with an R, so she could use A. Philip Randolph. I'm trying to think of a famous R too. Ooh. But thank you. Child, they're gonna find that money. It's fine. They're gonna find that money. Now, I really ain't been talking about Bishop robbery. I really ain't been talking about Bishop robbery. And while I was gone, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah, Ruth Bader Ginsburg is a good one. I was trying to think of black people, but I'll give Ruth Bader. Pam said her case was malicious. Those types of deaths can't be discharged. That's what I thought. So I don't even understand. Felicia Rashad. Okay. So with that being said, for those of you that are new here, y'all don't know the whole story of Bishop Whitehead. I'm gonna give you a short version. Bishop Whitehead is the bishop that was robbed on in his church a year ago live, right? And Roberta Flack is a good one. Maya Rudolph. Yes, Maya Rudolph is a good one. Rihanna. Okay, all right. Thank you. Help a baby girl do her homework. Right. So with that being said, Regina King. All right, I'm gonna stop reading the chat because I'm getting distracted. But with that being said, fast forward a year later, he was indicted on conspiracy charges and all of that. Like I said, we'd be here till tomorrow for me to go through the whole thing. But remember, he kept telling us that the businessman that he kept saying he was set up. Well, Brandon Belmonte is the businessman that was the informant for the FBI that was involved in his charges. And he seems to feel like that now that Brandon Belmonte has been indicted, that this somehow vindicates him. So here's for the people who've been following this case. Let me explain to y'all why this does not vindicate him. Okay. Oh, we got another law in the house. Pam is correct. I'm an attorney and I have done bankruptcy cases. The courts are not typically in favor of discharging court order judgment. And if it's for bad behavior, no. Thank you, Just Jonda. Thank you. No, this bishop is in New York, Brooklyn, child. So here's the reason why this does not vindicate you, sir. Brandon Belmonte may very well be he's indicted now, so he ain't convicted of nothing. So I'm not saying he's a crook. However, he is being charged with basically running a scam, right? For those of y'all who've been following this case, y'all know that one of the questions we had, we kept questioning whether this was a whole insurance scam that he was running with Brandon Belmonte from the beginning. Y'all remember? We were like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Like, this has to be some sort of a scam. Like, it doesn't make sense because I never seen or heard of this before. So with that being said, that's one of the things that he's being charged with. He's being charged with running an insurance scam. He's being charged with charging insurance companies, but fixing the cars himself and not actually going and getting these cars fixed. He's being charged with having cars that he rents out that he never told the insurance company he was using as rentals. Like when you drive for Lyft or Uber, you have to let them know that you're driving for Lyft or Uber because it's a different insurance situation, right? But here's why it does not vindicate you. And Just Jonathan said that they're an attorney, so you can let me know If what I'm saying makes sense to you. Me and Pam talked about this, right? In your original documents, in your original indictment, Bishop Whitehead, the government already told us that they weren't using Belmonte as a witness. Maybe it wasn't in the original indictment, but in the paperwork, they said they weren't using him as a witness, which means, sir, excuse me, Bishop Whitehead, come here. I want you to listen, because I want you to understand what I'm going to tell you. Okay, I need you. Come here. Come down front. Tap, tap, tap. Come here. Come here. If you're saying that Brandon Belmonte set you up, and now that Brandon Belmonte is indicted, that vindicates you. First of all, Brandon Belmonte wasn't indicted on what's the word I'm looking for? Blackmail, or whatever the legal term is for blackmail. So that's not what he was being charged with. Number two, the government already know that Brandon Belmonte got dirty hands. The fact that they weren't going to use Brandon Belmonte as a witness to testify against you, that should worry you more. Because what that says to me is, the government has some other information and or evidence to corroborate what Brandon Belmonte told them. Because if they still pressed charges and charged you with federal indictments based on information that Brandon Belmonte brought them, all the while they were investigating Brandon Belmonte, it tells me that they have other information. It tells me that they have other evidence, because they weren't even going to call this man as a witness. So, sir, if it were me, I would be a little bit more concerned. Because the reality is, you can Google Brandon Belmonte and find all of these allegations against him. Remember, we looked him up months ago. We looked him up, thank you, coercion. We looked him up months ago. So we knew he had dirty hands. You think the government didn't know? You think the government didn't know that he had dirty hands? Excuse me? You think the government didn't know that already? Hello? So you sitting here, he done went live, talking about he vindicated, and he kept telling people he was innocent, and this man is a crook, and this man did this, and this man did that. All of that may very well be true. I ain't about to sit here and argue with you about that. All of that may very well be true. That man might be all kinds of crooks. That man might be all kinds of crooks. But the government wasn't going to use him as a witness anyway. And they still charged you. Did you forget that they got you on tape? The government said in court documents that they have you on tape. They have audio tapes. So even if Brandon Belmonte is a crook, allegedly, because, he ain't been convicted, he been charged, they still got you on tape. And that means they listened to those tapes and they felt like the tapes, at least that they have, that they didn't feel like it was any coercion. They didn't feel like, because here's the thing. Stuff still just don't make sense. Like, neither one of their stories make sense to me, which tells me that the truth is somewhere in the middle, and neither one of them are telling the whole story for obvious reasons, right? He felt vindicated because Belmonte went down with him, right? The feds don't come for you unless they are sure. If it was state, he would have had a valid argument, right? And I mean, in the conviction rate for the feds, like in the 90 percentile, isn't their conviction rate in the 90 percentile? Like, stop playing with me. So I was going to do, like, all that happened while I was on vacation. So I was like, I was going to do a whole live about it, but I was like, I ain't about to sit here. I'm tired. I'm tired of it, and I ain't doing no whole live, because you really think that this clears your name. And he talking about something, I just want the AUSA to reevaluate my charges and drop my charges. I just want my life back. So they're not going to drop those charges. They told you they have more evidence. First of all, they did a whole superseding indictment, meaning there are more charges. Sir, they have added more charges since they arrested you. They didn't take none away. They added to it. Anyway, moving forward. They're both going to the feds. That's the crazy part. Whitehead isn't getting away from them. No honor among thieves. There you go. That's how I feel about it. I think both of them got dirty hands. That's my opinion. I don't know that to be a fact. That's my opinion. I think both of them got dirty hands. I don't think either one of them are innocent. But that's just me. Anyway, last but not least, okay, y'all. Last but not least, look, Bravo might be in trouble. Now, I'm gonna read y'all this article that I read. Let me read y'all what happened today. Let me read y'all what happened today. SAG-AFTRA backs Bethany Frankel's efforts to unionize reality stars and end exploitative practices. Now, I'm gonna read you a little bit of this article. Bethany Frankel has piqued the interest of SAG-AFTRA, the dual labor union which represents members of the Screen Actors Guild and the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, issued a lengthy memo Thursday titled SAG-AFTRA Statement on the Representation and Protection of Reality Performers. The letter, which was shared by the Real Housewives of New York alum via her Instagram, states that the organization has engaged in discussions with Frankel's attorneys about her legal war against NBC and its subsidy Bravo regarding their widely consumed reality TV universe. According to SAG-AFTRA, reality performers are eligible to be covered under our network code agreement, pending the structure of the production and the performers involved. We stand ready to assist Bethany Frankel, Brian Friedman, and Mark Garagos, along with reality performers and our members in the fight, and are tired of studios and production companies trying to circumvent the union in order to exploit the talent that they rely upon to make their product, the statement reads. We encourage any reality performers and or members to reach out to us so that we may work together toward the protection of the reality performers, ending the exploitative practices that have developed in this area, and to engage in a new path to union coverage. And then there was a full statement that was released. I'm not going to read you guys the whole statement. It's like 5 paragraphs. I will post it. If y'all want to see it, I'll post it on my community wall. But essentially, the statement basically says a lot of that. Now, let me say this to you guys. This could be a game changer. This could be a game changer for a lot of reasons. First of all, I don't know how fast something like this happens. It doesn't happen overnight. We know it doesn't happen overnight. But the last 2 times that there was a strike, there was a writer's strike. I don't remember the year, but maybe about 10 years ago, there was a writer's strike. And that's when we had the explosion of reality TV during that first writer's strike. That was about maybe 10 or 12 years ago. I'm not sure the exact year. Xavier, do you know the exact year of the writer's strike? It was about 12, maybe. I keep making it longer and longer, but I remember where I was living during that writer's strike, and I wasn't in my house, and I've been in my house for 12 years. So I would say about maybe 13 or 14 years ago. That's when we had the explosion of reality TV, because that was a way that the studios were able to circumvent the writer's strike, right? And now we see it happening again. Now that the writers and the actors on strike, the studios would be in a more of a handicapped space if they didn't have reality TV to fall back on, right? Remember, I told you, you're going to see all sorts of dumb reality shows over the next couple of months. They pushed back Big Brother. That's why Big Brother didn't start until last week. They pushed it back for the purpose of trying to stretch out their programming because of the strike. And all of these different things that we're going to see. The last strike was 2007. Oh, that was longer than I thought. Okay, so that was, wow, that was a lot longer than I thought. But, right. But that's when we saw the explosion. If you go back and you look at the years of a lot of these reality shows, you go back, that was the explosion. And that is what the studios are relying on this time, that they can still keep programming on because they can always throw together a reality show, right? Exactly, Marnie. If they add reality performers to their ranks, oh, it's a game changer. And here's the thing, I said from the beginning, I didn't disagree with Bethany. I just didn't think Bethany was necessarily the right messenger, but maybe she was. She's getting shit done. She's got the money to. We know she's got the money to get it done. It was the bailout of the banks, automotive, and housing. It was after that. Okay. All right. Reality stars are also disposable. They'll sink their own genre pushing too hard. Preston, that's a valid point. They are disposable. I mean, you're only as hot as long as you're on a reality show. I mean, once you're off the reality show, it kind of dries up. I mean, there are exceptions to the rules. We know that there are some very real exceptions to the rules, but for the most part, when you're no longer on the show, you're just not hot anymore outside of the Bravo universe. And I mean, other reality shows, you don't even have the Bravo universe to fall back on. Like, you know, if you were on VH1 or MTV, like once your show is off the air, it's kind of like, okay, then WeTV or whatever. But Bravo at least has their own like universe. Like you can still go on Watch What Happens Live. You can still go to BravoCon. Like you are still a part of the Bravo family. But outside of that Bravo universe, nobody cares. I mean, look at Nene. Nene was hot for a long time, and Jonathan gonna drop out the sky in a minute. But Nene was hot for a long time. But even it just it and I'm not even talking about after this. I'm talking about when she left Real Housewives the first time. Remember when she left Real Housewives the first time? She was on Broadway and she was on The New Normal and she had a lot of stuff going on. And then that stuff sort of dried up. And then she came back to Housewives. 90 Day Fiance sort of has their own universe too. Love After Lockup. Oh gosh. But outside of those places, Abby said they're gonna replace all of them with AI. Child. Child. Babe, that Below Deck clip showed me Bravo had a very deep issue going on, and I don't watch the Alabaster show. Yeah, that I didn't even talk about it because I don't watch it either. But yeah, when that man climbed in that bed with that lady, child. To someone like Garcelle, she's able to boycott her acting job and still keep a reality job. If they became a union, then she's out of 2 jobs. That's tricky. Exactly. Same thing with Candy, right? Same thing with I mean, Drew, she ain't got a lot of acting jobs, but I mean, you know. Oh, Hallmark definitely has their own universe. You get on let me tell you something. You get on a Hallmark show, movie, baby, you in for good. Y'all know how I feel about my Hallmark. But anyway. Mm-hmm. Child, I think I'm gonna look at this 90-day last resort situation. I just gotta see. I'm not gonna review it because I told y'all I can't do the 90-day shows. Them 2-hour-long episodes. I just can't. My brain can't do it. It's too much. But I may do it as a guilty pleasure. Let's be honest. Reality shows are personality-driven brand. Not anybody can just do it. People cling to their personalities of the past. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a numbers game. When all Black people boycotted the Montgomery buses, the buses were devastated financially. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like right now, the networks have too many options, and that's why they're really not pressed. They have the streaming that they can bring over, like I was saying earlier on in the show. They have reality. They have game shows. You know, game shows have become real popular again in the last couple of years. They brought back, you know, we got Pyramid. We got whose line, not whose line is it? The one where you have to guess who the right person is. They did they're redoing Hollywood. They're doing Hollywood Squares. I just saw a clip. BET is rebooting Hollywood Squares. Why? Because they need programming. They need, well, I guess BET, but yeah, but they need programming. But streaming is losing money. Every streamer has lost money in the last quarter. Not Lisa Rinna's too much of a liar to interview. Ooh. So yeah, so y'all, I'm being honest. I mean, it's very early on in this process, but it is a game changer. It is definitely a game changer. And it'll be interesting to see how fast this process moves. I mean, you don't create a union overnight. However, it may put a little pressure. It may put a little pressure. And let's be clear, SAG, they are incentivized as well because they know they need a bargaining chip when it's time to sit down with these networks. They need a bargaining chip. Listen, I did union negotiations. I worked for the unions. I know how it works. I'm telling you now. Bethany, don't get too happy yet because SAG, in my opinion, I think is mutually beneficial to both of them. And I think that SAG, is using it as a bargaining chip, but I do think that they would really do it. I mean, I think that they would really try to help them create a union, but don't get too happy. Don't get too happy. Billy Porter said he had to sell his home. Yeah, but let me say this. I think Billy Porter had to sell his house for more than just because they're on strike. Billy Porter is going through a divorce, and there may be more to it. It may be more to that story. I ain't calling Billy Porter a lie. I don't know that man personally, but I just think it's more to it. I think he's going through a divorce. So I think there's a combination of things in play with Billy Porter. All unions have fees. Yeah, I mean, that's how the unions work. That's how they are able to afford the things that the unions do. Yeah, all unions have fees. Well, I read that Candy don't want to have nothing to do with it. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I read. That Candy is not joining with Bethany. Hey, Martell. What's up, my boo? Martell Star in the house. What's up, my love? Yeah, Candy ain't participating, child. Why is that selfish? We don't know what her reasons are. Candy is already part of SAG. We don't know what her reasons are. And remember, Candy has done production and stuff, so she's actually on both sides. Just Jonda said Billy Porter is doing what he's doing is smart. He is getting rid of a property and liquidating assets before the situation gets so dire he loses it involuntarily and can't take advantage of any public help. Oh, any equity. I wouldn't call Candy selfish because I don't know the situation, but I know that Candy is already a member of SAG. She's already a member of SAG. So I don't know. I don't know her reason for not participating. I don't know. And without knowing what her reason is, I'm not going to call her selfish because, without knowing her reason. Remember, Candy is also on the other side. Candy is an executive producer. Candy has produced, even though they canceled them, Candy has produced multiple shows on Bravo. So she's on both sides of the coin. But when it comes to Bravo, she's as much of on the executive producer side as she is a talent side. Candy has produced multiple, not just Candy and the Gang and all the other spinoffs. Remember, she did that Black Lives Matter series for Bravo, and she did something else. She executive produced at Bravo. So I wouldn't call her selfish because I don't really know her reasoning. Candy says she's not doing it because she talks to the network directly when she has an issue. Okay, well, that might be her reason then. Candy says she'd be part of a reality show union. She wouldn't be with Bethany's lawsuit because of her great relationship with Bravo. But that makes sense. See, that makes sense. And that's different. That's two different things. Not being a part of the union versus not being a part of the lawsuit. That's two different things. And that makes sense. That makes sense. Now I'm not gonna. That makes sense. Why would Candy burn a bridge with an entertainment behemoth? I know that's right, Shonda. Like NBC Universal, she doesn't have to. What Nene eats doesn't make her shit. Ooh, honey. I don't think it would benefit Candy, and opting not to do something that isn't beneficial isn't self and is taking care of self. I agree. But that makes sense. So to say, listen, I'm not joining this lawsuit because I don't want to burn. Like I said, Candy has executive produced multiple shows on Bravo. And again, there's a different conversation that needs to be had when you're on the EP side. The leprechaun can still use social media in jail. Wendy, have you not seen prison TikTok? They do everything on social media. They got listen, they be on TikTok and Instagram more than I do. Child. I mean, I don't know what legally he can do, but hell, did you see the YSL people had the phone and they was what's that boy name? YF and Lucci was drinking lean and they had the whole video of the other boy being beat up and them scraping his tattoo off. They do all kinds, child, they got all kinds of social media going on in jail. Amir says, I'm a union member and rep. I think it would benefit the reality stars to get unionized. But the question is, what qualifications would they need to join the union? Well, those are all the things they will put in place, right? I did the same thing. I was a field rep and I worked directly for the teachers union for a couple of years in the union office. And you know, those are the things that you put in place when you sit down and you create your collective bargaining. Bethany can burn bridges with the television network because she's worth over 100 million and she's not on Bravo anymore. And she said she would never go back. Bravo didn't make her. She's an accomplished chef who had a great idea and marketed it. And right, and she's not on Bravo anymore. And like I said, she said she would never go back. So, yep. So, all right, y'all. Do not forget that at 8:30 we're gonna be over at Scotty by Nature channel to catch. We are going to be doing a review of the looks for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Speaking of Candy, we're going to be going through the looks for the reunion, honey. We're going to be doing our own fashion police, so to speak, over on Scotty by Nature's. If you watch the Whether You Like It or Not panel, child, y'all already know what it's going to be. Y'all already know what's going to be. Really, B, do you want to read the Tory post to the people? Did you send it to me on Instagram? Tracy is my producer and showrunner. I'm sure she sent it to me. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Sorry, I opened up the wrong thing, child. Let me get into the Instagram and let me read y'all what this boy done said. Okay, Tory Lanez has said the following. He has posted the following message to his people. Lord, this writing is so small. Okay. To the umbrellas. I guess that's what his people name, the umbrellas. I never let a hard time intimidate me. I will never ever let no jail time eliminate me. Regardless of how they try to spin my words, I have always maintained my innocence and I always will. This week in court, I took responsibility for all verbal and intimate moments that I shared with the parties involved. That's it. Wait, what? In no way, shape, or form was I apologizing for the charges I'm being wrongfully convicted of. I remain on the stance that I refuse to apologize for something I did not do. I faced adversity my whole life, and every time it looked like I would lose, I came out on top. There's nothing but another moment where my back is against the wall, and I refuse to stop fighting till I come out victorious. Tough times don't last, tough people do. To my family, friends, and umbrellas, thank you for your continued support. See you soon. Yeah, 9 years. maybe 7. Good behavior. Oh God. Y'all, I can't with these people. Sir, fine. You know what? Live in your truth, child. Live in your truth. 7.5. Okay, Pam says 7.5. Well, I know they gave him a year time served, child. They said 7.5, child. Oh Lord. I can't with you people. Oh, he about to mixtape us to death. Listen, Young Thug came out with a whole album in jail, child. Wasn't that Young Thug that just dropped the album last week or a couple of weeks ago? Child, Young Thug dropped the whole album in jail. We about to be mixtape to death, child. Anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm done. Right, Pam. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm done with it, child. Moving forward. All right, y'all. We about to get out of here. Thank you. I think we got up to like 260 people tonight. I don't know where all the people came from, but I'm glad y'all were here, and I hope y'all come back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you guys in about 30 minutes over on Scotty by Nature's channel. Tracy dropped the link if you want to meet us over there, but I will also share on my my community wall. Right, he's gonna be recording it from the payphone. Child, he probably gonna have a whole studio set up in jail, child. He probably gonna have a whole studio set up. You know he's gonna be getting them special privileges. He's gonna be getting them special privileges. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I'm sorry that y'all coming in late. I'm sorry. Yeah, we've been here for an hour and 30 minutes, child. We have been here for an hour and 30 minutes. Oh, Lord. All right, I will talk to y'all later. We out.